Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? Do you get what you're hoping for? When you look behind you, there's no open doors. What are you hoping for? Do you know? Do you know why your titties hang low? Do you know why everybody call you the neighborhood hoe? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know why you can't fit through a door? Do you know why your mama used to call you an old time hoe? Hey, what's going? I'm gonna put my cam on. Let me pull my underwear up. Um, what's going on, y'all? Hey, I'm in my bed. Y'all listen, I'm in bed. Um, what is going on? I just was chilling. Hey, Johnny Mac, JLC, Patricia Ellington, just lovely. Lola, Lauren. Hey, let me tell y'all, I am sitting here just, I suppose I went out tonight, but ever since I turned 30 a few years ago, I just don't go out like I used to, and just lovely. Don't come with no bullshit. Um, So, you know what? I was thinking, I had a conversation with someone earlier, and I was in some bushes listening to different people, and they're, oh God, I don't know why I was watering. Different people and their experiences with dating, and I wanted to come and share mine. I just, as of late, I've had some suitors that have, uh, they wanted to court me, as the old people would say. When I say old people, I'm talking about people 40 and up. Um, I think that I'm not interested in really dating right now, but it's holiday time and you always get you a boyfriend before the holidays. Just lovely. Yo, come in with that bullshit. Uh, but I think about it, and you don't see yourself. Earlier, I'm gonna donate some clothes to the Salvation Army because every year I go through my closet and I donate stuff. I feel bad because I had a bunch of Converse and I set them out for heavy trash because they had like smudges on them, but it was probably like about six pairs: orange, red, blue, dark blue, black, white. I had two pairs of. It was just I was like, I don't even wear Converse anymore, and they're not good for your feet. They don't have an arch. You have. It's just I just got rid of them, but I'm going through and I have different types of little pea coats and other jackets, and I don't wear them. So I was thinking, should I sell them back or just donate them? So I decided to donate them out instead of getting a monetary gain from them. Maybe someone else, you know, the Salvation Army, but they'll sell them. Maybe I should sell them. Hey, Miss G. Um, just lovely. You can eat my coochie. Why did I don't know why I be having lesbian tendencies sometimes, but I do at times. But and while I was going through my closet, I still have a lot to go through. Um, and I was just thinking, about, how sometimes in those quiet moments you just contemplate and you just think about what do you want out of someone? And I meet guys all the time. Enough drinks, we're all lesbians. But I think you got 8 boxes. Oh, yeah, yeah. Patricia Ellington, I just, because I have so many things and I'm an impulse buyer at times. And my friend, one of my good friends, she was laughing at me because I did a snapshot of my orders that I have coming in tomorrow. And I've ordered like three different jackets, a hoodie, a brown hoodie, some other crew neck t-shirts and sweaters. It's getting colder. And if I haven't worn it in a year or so, maybe no more than two, I just donate it out. No use to keep it. Why keep it? It sounds like a man. You ain't slept with him. Why is he around? He could be your good Judy. Uh, yeah, and you know what, Junji, that is true because if I'm giving my clothes to you, why are you selling them when you could just donate them? Because you're getting a monetary gain. I'm not. And you're gonna get a monetary gain off of my stuff. So yeah, I will donate them to a shelter that give clothes away instead of selling them. But and I so I was contemplating on that because again, I have guys that are interested. Uh I met this week. This Let me tell you something. When I go out, I do. Guys, when you go out, you meet people all the time, and I mean, I meet different types of people. I go out by myself sometimes. I could go out and I'll meet people. It could be guys, girls, just like at the bar I go to. And it's mostly a white bar, and white people are very very forward. They'll be like, hey, is anyone sitting here? Can I sit next to you? Would you care for company? And you'd be like, sure. And they'll sit down and I've had some really interesting conversations. Hey, this beach. um I had some pretty interesting conversations, and oh, thank you. Oh, look. I had a good time. And it was funny because Sean was talking about Rebel. I didn't know you had all that ass. I was like, I get it from my daddy because my mama had a flat booty. But my and then that's something else I've been going through. This whole thing. I'm on a journey with this DNA testing. Um, this is the thing about black families. And I'm gonna talk about the relationship stuff. I'm gonna go back to that. But in black families, there are a lot of secrets that become toxic. And black families are embarrassed about things they may have done, but the things they've done in the past comes back to haunt us in the present. So I found out that the person that I had been thinking all these years that was my biological father may not be. And I don't I haven't told all my family about it, but this one particular person that may have been my father passed away in 2006. But I think, and people told me, Rebel, why are you going to talk about this on YouTube? Yeah, I'm a content creator. I share parts of my life. I'm not one of those content creators that hide behind a black screen. And I'm a different content creator. Some of us do this. Some people prefer to stay behind the dark screen. I've been living out loud, so I want to share things. And, I think that this is the journey that I'm on. And so this person who I thought that, could possibly have been my father passed away in 2006. And this man and I look a lot alike. And I remembered him as a kid coming around. I remember this guy coming around as a kid because he grew up with my family. In the neighborhood I grew up in, everyone had been there for 30, 40 years. So this guy would come around, and I remember him, and just it was funny because my sister and brother, can y'all hear me? Because I keep getting this message. Oh, okay. And let me tell you, I I definitely, hey, Miss Philadelphia. I definitely, so okay. What happened was I asked one of my aunts, "Hey, you remember these people from the neighborhood?" She's like, "Yeah, we grew up with them." And I said, "Do you think, I know the guy passed away in 2006, but do you think his sisters are on Facebook?" And she was like, "I don't know. What's their last name? What's some of the sisters' name?" And I found one of the sisters. I reached out to the sister, and I reached out to her, and it was very awkward for me. Very, I didn't know what to say. How do I approach this? And I spoke about this briefly before. So when I reached out to her, she was very nice, and she said, um, "Could you send me some pictures?" Because she's not a Facebook friend of mine, and I locked my profile due to YouTube and people prying into your mess. So I sent her some pictures of myself, and she immediately responded back, and she was like, I sent her the pictures, and I didn't hear for. I mean, she responded back in some hours. So she said, "You're one of us." Just me sending pictures, she said, "You're one of us." And this lady immediately started sending me pictures of the family and all children, uncles, grandmother that passed away in January. And Black families are not that open to accepting people like that, that say they're family. If you come out of the woodworks, baby, they'll be like, "Baby, I don't know who your people are, but we not your people." But so this lady, um, she sent me all the pictures, and she said, "You're one of us," just by my pictures. So we exchanged numbers. We were speaking on the phone, and just hearing the life, I had so many questions about this guy that I knew of him coming around. And we had conversations, but I didn't look at this man as just nothing more than a family friend. And the thing is, just asking questions. I'm a little knock kneed. He was a little knock kneed. Uh, I'm 5'7". He was 5'7". Uh, he was slender. Uh, our facial structures are very similar. I look more like my mother's people, but because I posted a picture on my community page of me and my aunts, my mother's sisters. And when people would see them, they always knew we were related. It's something about our face, our nose. They're all a little lighter than I am. But I looked at him, and I saw me looking back at me. And the funny thing is, the person who I grew up thinking was my, and this is not set in, let me say this, it hasn't been proven yet because I haven't did the DNA test. That's in the works. But I the funny thing is, him and the person who I grew up feeling was my father both look alike. So they have a very similar look. And they look so much alike that when I would see the guy that passed away, I would think he was my father from a distance, or when he would get up close, "Hey, hey, captivating." Uh, I would think he was my father when he would, when he would be coming to visit my uncles, until I got up close. They were the same color, same kind of similar face. So I can understand why, my mother thought he was. And let me tell you something. I, some of my family's upset. One of my siblings is upset because she's saying, well, it's almost as if you saying, mother, mom could have slept with these two guys. I said, well, she could have fucked them both. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes. Let's cut the bullshit and stop acting like we're British aristocrats. They were teenagers. Teenagers did shit, and they maybe didn't know. Our mothers and fathers were having sex. Yes, yes, that's possible. Stop trying to rewrite history. No one's disrespecting my mother. I loved my mother, but do I deny finding that out because it's going to be insulting to my mother? How do you think we got here? Hey, Kimberly Smith. So, me and my sister's relationship right now is very strained because she said some things and it pissed me off and I snapped back. And I don't think she was ready for my response, but it's like, don't tell me what you heard about him or how this guy was, because he dealt with some drugs. He had a drug problem for some years and he got clean. He went to rehab. You're throwing that shit up, but do you think our mother's side is that clean? And I don't have a drug problem. He did. I'm very square when it comes to shit like that. I've been around people snorting fucking drugs and all that shit. I don't do it. It's not my thing. I'm a wine drinker. Now, in Chicago, I did do some shots and have some chewable little shit, but I don't do that. I could say it's been a year or so since I did something like that. I don't do shit like that. You know, very rarely, not often, but I've never did anything like white girl or meth or any other shit. I don't even like the fucking smell of poppers. But and I had to tell my sister, I'm going through with this, whether you like it or not. And y'all can be pissed off because this is not your journey. This is my journey. But when I was finding out about this guy, he and I had so many similar characteristics. And just looking at the pictures, she sent me pictures when he was a little boy. She showed my picture to the family, and all the family kept saying, "Oh my God, he looks like this person. Like he looks like him." She showed my picture to her great. And she's referring to me as her nephew, and I haven't called her my aunt because I don't want to go. I don't want to cross that bridge until I know for sure if they're my relatives. And just dealing with how is this family going to react to finding out I'm gay? I've been living as a gay man since I was a baby. I was a baby gay. I fell out of the womb into a pair of heels. So I live in my truth. And not like Tracy living my truth, which is 99.5% inaccurate, but my real authenticity. I don't, I think that I'm already ready for if someone question my sexuality or I'm ready, this new family, possibly. This is who I am, and we as gay men, that's something that, we have to deal, it's uncharted territory for a lot of my straight friends because they don't have to go into something and reveal who they are. You know what I'm saying? But she showed a picture to her aunt, which would be my great aunt. And she said the aunt started crying because every time this man was everyone's favorite. And she talked about his sense of humor. And we had a very similar sense of humor. And just, she said he would make them laugh. And he liked nature documentaries. And he just was into natural stuff. And, his favorite channels, strangely enough, were the same thing. Like I like A&E. I like National Geo, Nat Geo, and I love stuff like that. He watched all those types of shows, and just he worked at a hospital. Very similar jobs and everything, but when she showed the aunt cried, and she said, just I went and met her at her job. Strangely enough, she works right near my neighborhood, the next neighborhood over. And I go to her job, and she's introducing me to her coworkers as her nephew. And I was like, oh my God. And I still have this wall up because I don't want to call you my aunt until I do this DNA. And the thing is, the DNA is, there's a sibling that I have to do the DNA test with, because I can't do it with his siblings because they found out, this is more secrets in the black families. They found out he had a different father. They all had the same father. He had a different father, but the father didn't want him to know he had a different father until after the father had passed away. He didn't want this guy that may be my father, he didn't want him to feel different from his siblings. So he never told. He said he never wanted to make him feel like he was less loved. So I can't take the DNA test with his siblings because they had a different, and it's the weird thing is it's a different thing that shows up with that. So I have to take the DNA test with someone that shares the same father as myself. But and I just I was when I was looking at the pictures of him, his stance, how he was standing, and I showed one of my friends the picture, and his friend was like, "Oh, your daddy could have got it." I said, "Back off, bitch. Calm your coochie down. You're gonna get monkeypox out here." But so this sibling is kind of hard to catch up with. He he's 22 years old. So we're kind of close in age, but he's much wilder. Um, but she showed me a picture of him, and we're about the same height, and we have a similar look. Um, I think my waist is more smaller than his. My waist is 29. Don't hate me. Uh, what the fuck are these eyes? What? Don't come with this bullshit, y'all. None of y'all. But I'm a millennial. I'm laughing at something someone told me earlier. But Ms. G, don't start no mess. None of y'all. But so I definitely I'm looking forward to taking this DNA test. And y'all, let me tell you, I was looking around. I was gonna go to LabCorp, Quest Diagnostics. I didn't know. I've never had to do a lab. I've never had to do a DNA test. So I don't know that you have to have your doctor's order. You have to have a doctor's consent to do the DNA. Why are you doing? It's like, damn. I'm looking around. Some of them were $500. Some of them for 300. So this one place I called, uh, they do lab tests and everything, but they're not. They're like, okay, is this for court, for child support? Because for child support, it's different. Like, no, it's just determining relation. It's to see if this person is a potential sibling. So it's like 250. I was like, damn, this stuff is not cheap. It's not. I didn't know that lab tests, for paternity and stuff like that, they're generally like $300 paternal parent. I said no. I said millennial. Damn it, Johnny Mac. But I think that just it's been a journey, and my friends are like, "Oh my God, you should write a book on this because it's been so much." And the family is just at some families saying, "Go forth, do this. You need to find out." One family, some families saying she never liked him. They were just friends, and I'm like, so if they would have had sex, right? Because they were just friends. I don't know the shit. You got six kids. I wasn't there when you fucked and made all them six kids. So people did stuff. I think that the only thing is I'm afraid for I don't my family who I grew up with on my father's side. I'm close with family, some of my family on the father's side. I've always been closer to my mother's side, but my sister, I've had pictures of my sister. You see my sister on camera, the sister that's married with the wife. How will she take this? I haven't even brought this up to her yet. And I, when I came to Chicago, when I went to Chicago, it was definitely a needed trip because I wanted to, I just needed to get away. And I felt so, I felt like it was needed because it was just, I felt that all the walls were closing in. All the walls were closing in, just, um, and I didn't, just I felt that energy from everyone, that positive energy made me just forget about it for a minute. It wasn't on my mind because that will affect, you know, I'll look at my sister as a bonus family, but I have a lot of siblings. The person who I grew up with feeling was my father. It's seven of us, six of us now because my brother, one brother passed away. But I I definitely I'm afraid for that because I don't want people to feel, that I'm gonna abandon them or that's gonna make our relationship different. It's just I'll be getting to know a new family. But those bonds I had with those family members who I grew up with still will be there. We just won't have that same genetic connection. Um, I did. Hell no, I'm not going to judge. No, no, ma'am. I can't do that. No, but you know what? It's funny because I did think about going into paternity court with the black woman judge, but I don't want it to be publicized like that. I can come on here and talk with y'all, but I don't want it on national TV. I've been on a talk show before, and my family, baby, they were just. I was on Ricky Lake, and it was kind of like my coming out when I went on Ricky Lake. Uh, they went crazy. But at that time, I was like, kiss my ass. This is who I am. Uh, but I definitely, I definitely felt much better after, the Chicago trip and came back home. And, you know, I think that, it's just going to be a journey. Um, yeah. And, this beach, I'm looking, the positive thing is the family's been they've been with open arms. And, No one is saying what he wants because I'm not coming into the picture wanting something. I'm paying for the DNA test, and I'm not asking for anything. When this lady she calls me her nephew. I'm her king. She'll be like, she refers to me very lovingly. And when I went to her job, she has a managerial position, and she was like talking to her workers, and she was like introducing me to her staff, and she was like, "This is my nephew. This is my nephew. This is my nephew." And I'm looking and I'm finding out about this family, and there are people that are judges, and there are people, lawyers and doctors, and it's just really like, wow. And just hearing about the family and just meeting and seeing the pictures, it's a lot. When she sent me all the pictures of him, it was so many pictures. And I'm gonna share this journey, which I won't ever say his name or her name. Uh, but it was just, I can listen, y'all. I had shed some tears looking at the pictures, and it's just like I was upset with, my mother really briefly, but I got over it because my mother's no longer here. And she was a teenager. My mother had me when she was 17. And Scarlett, don't go over there with your damn arithmetic. You start trying to add shit up. I ain't gonna tell you how old she was when she passed away, when she was born, or what. I ain't telling you none of that because your ass be trying to do numbers game. Uh, what, Marcus? I see that bullshit. No, when Ricky Lake came back, because she came back for a second time. That's when I was on there. That bullshit. But I definitely um I definitely I'm looking forward to that, but I have butterflies in my stomach. Uh, it's kind of like Brianna walking into a Golden Corral or an all you can eat buffet, and it's just like you're overwhelmed and you don't know what to do. But, as far as the dating thing, um I know what I want and I know what I don't want. Um and do I meet people? Yes. Oh, baby, Johnny Mac, okay? I meet the guys, and I'm kind of, I be thinking they be so full of shit sometimes because, they'll say, they look at me and they, how I look, or, just, they're, I think sometimes they like the idea of a relationship, or guys want to have their cake, they want to have their cake and eat it too, or they want to eat your cakes and that be it. But I think that um, one guy I met, and he's not black. And I'm like, I'm not going to be a fetish for you. Do you like black guys in just black? I will not date a white guy that only date black guys. I will not do that because it's weird to me. I don't want someone that only seeks black guys because of, we're black, and they have this BBC fantasy, which is not true in all cases because I dated someone that was hung like a gerbil. He had a golden heart. And they'll be like, well, Rebel, what do you look for? Well, you may ask what I look for. I want someone that, you can watch sunset. You can take long walks, or you can take long walks on the beach, or someone that like the outdoors, not, and, just going places, traveling, someone that likes dogs, fluffy kittens and bunnies, and also hardcore S&M. But I think gay men sometimes are so caught up with just looks. And that's a big issue of mine as well, because I don't want you to like me for just how I look. Um, if you say I like, oh, you're fine, or you're so attractive, that kind of stuff goes out my mind. If that's all, if they keep saying that, it's kind of like a turn off to me, and that's crazy. I know. So you may think, but I don't want someone that's just caught up with the visual, because we're getting older. Even I age slowly, but I do. Um, and I think that I want someone that likes me for more than just the physical, more than physical, because you have to have more. They say you have nice eyes. Thank you. Fat brown cakes. Yeah, fat cakes and nice piece. Oh, yeah, I have all that. I have a career. I have my own place and a car, normal shit that people should have as a man. Um, but I don't want you to be like, oh God, you're amazing in bed. That's what I want to be with you because you're so good in bed. No, I want you to like me more than that. Because hell, at 70 years old, I'm not gonna be dropping it. I'm not gonna be dropping it and twerking and shit. Everybody's not Marcus. We can't all fucking twerk and go to the ground like that. I'm nimble, but I can't do that shit unless I'm holding on to something. If I'm not, I'm gonna knock the fucking table over, couch and shit flipped over. Yeah, Johnny Mac. And that's the thing, as gay men are so drawn to looks. A lot of us are very shallow. Gay men can be very shallow and very caught up with looks. I want to be attracted to, yes, I don't want to fuck Golem, but I don't want it to be just so caught up with looks. I have a friend that's over here too. So you may hear him talking. Um, but he's going out. I think that I don't want you to be so caught up with looks that that's all. I don't lead with looks. Marcus. Mm-mm. I tried to do that shit at work. I'm gonna be honest, Marcus. I've been practicing. So when we meet up again, I'm gonna be ready. But these ankles got to get back strong. I hadn't been doing that shit. I used to do that. I used to do that when I was in my teens, like about 10 years ago, but not now. But I just I want you to like me for more. Have conversations. Be able to talk about things other than how you look, or just, we're going to the gym, we're going to work out, we got to have washboard abs, we got to do this. I just recently started back working out. I've never been a person that was so caught up in the gym. Um, I have a bike, I've ran, I jog sometimes. There you go in that bullshit. Wait, what? What are y'all? But my bed, y'all. Listen, I ordered this bed. It's y'all may hear it squeaking shit. I can't have company because they gonna hear. But that's why you get on one side of the bed that don't squeak. But she back. Don't come back and even no bullshit, just lovely. But I definitely, again, looks play a part, but they're not major to me. I have to be attracted to you, yes. And I want someone that's goal oriented, someone that wants things, just I want you to be able to thrive and not just survive. There's a big difference. Surviving is hoping the lights don't go out and you have nothing but bologna sandwiches to eat and bowls of rice. that's surviving. I want to be able to, we can go to a Greek restaurant if we want to. We can go out of town. We can plan vacations together. But also we can sit down and watch old movies, you know, and not know the water off, okay? Not know the water off. Baby, I know that coochie was ripe, but I think that it's all, just you don't see yourself how people see you. I'm always flattered, if a person compliment me about something, but I don't want them to just always. This last person I was talking to, I was talking to someone recently, but I had to break it off. And, he was going, he was going to get his doctorate. Very educated, but not with common sense. It's weird, and it happens more often than you would think that people are very book smart, but they don't have common sense and they don't get social cues. And I'm telling him, hey, I'm in Houston, you in DC. He would come and visit me, but we never, and I kid you not, on everything I love, I never had sex with him. And I just wanted it to be, listen, this is not going to be anything. I have my Scooby snacks. Let me tell you something. I do have, one or two people that I could call up, if I want to have sex. Yeah, they'll be here within 20 minutes. But if I'm interested in someone and they want to be in a relationship, I don't jump into the sack with them like that. Now the funny, but on a side note, the person I was with 7 years, we slept together on the first day. Go figure. But I think that I what are y'all saying? What did Cap say? Okay, but so he wouldn't get social cues, and he was very. It's almost like a person that can just have a conversation with themselves, and he talked so much but didn't listen because when I had to say, listen, this is not going to work. We actually had a friend of his that's a relationship counselor. We did a Zoom with me, him, and the friend, and I just wanted an outside person, because he said this friend is very, he's not biased. But I was gonna have one of my friends on as well, but his fucking laptop was acting up. So I just went with his friend. So we had this conversation, and I said, I'm not moving to DC. Uh, you don't like Texas. What are we gonna do? You don't like Texas, and I'm not moving to DC. I told you I wasn't moving out of Texas. And did you not hear that? But you were so caught up with, I'm so handsome. You love just all the stuff about how I look. But are you listening to what the hell I'm telling you? And just a lot of little things that I knew I couldn't deal with. Sex is not everything, but it plays a part. And oh God, I can't believe I'm saying this, but he said he has a problem with lasting. And oh God, why are you sending me a text message? Okay. And when I say that, when a person, let me tell you, ladies, when a man tells you, when a man just is upfront and say, I'm insecure because, and I never showed y'all a picture of him. So, you know, only a couple of people saw. So I can say this. It's not like y'all would be like, "Oh, you don't even know his name." But when he told me, I have a problem with, I mean, I have an issue because sometimes, I get off real quick. Oh, goddamn. I was like, O'Shea, this is not going to work. What? If a person tells you that they have a problem, that means they bust quicker than what they fucking even telling you. If a he and your baby daddy in the chat. Uh, and let me tell you, so he tells me that he come quick. And I'm like, oh, okay. Have you tried to work on that? Because you're not 20, you are 50 something years old. And I'm like, you what? When he told me that, y'all, I kind of checked out. I was like, okay, I got to go pick up some bread tomorrow. I got to get a half a gallon of milk. Okay, I'm gonna go get me some cider from Specs. Listen, I was grocery shopping. I was like, oh hell no. And then I told him when we had later conversations, there's a correlation because you want you want a relationship to be perfect and you want it to be all this, but you want to you is I gave him a good I use this analogy. It takes hours to prepare a steak if you're, putting it in the oven and you're letting it marinate and all that. It takes hours. So you want that steak that's been marinated and cooking for hours, but instead you want to throw it in the microwave and get the same results. No, you want an overnight relationship, and I'm not at that place. I'm not doing that ever again. And I told him this is an issue I've had with dating guys. They'll meet me and they want to move so fast, and I go with them with moving fast because it's almost like, okay, I don't want to hurt his feelings and tell him I'm not ready for that. I go along with them when I'm not at that place, and it never works because I've moved at your pace, not at my pace, or meet you somewhere in the middle. And baby, when I said, and I told him this a couple of times, and he acted as he didn't hear it. And that's what irritated me about him. I was like, you don't hear what you need to hear, you hear what you want to hear. And then your mother moved in with you. You taking care of your mother. You have a daughter that you adopted. The daughter is 6 years old. You've had her since she was a baby. That's a lot to take in. And your mother, you have to do stuff for your mother. And I'm not, we're not going to move together and I'm going to become an immediate caretaker for your mother because you're feeling that you're going to school for your doctorate and you're doing this outreach and community service, which I commended him on. And that was something that drew me to him. But he made a comment like, so, you like to go to Target and you like to go to Walmart and you be at the store all the time. You and mom can go to wait, what the? So you think I'm going to be your mother's caretaker? Because, see, that's what you're saying. It's like you're trying to just weasel that in. No. Hey, what's up, Castro? I'm not taking your mom I'm not going to be in there because your mother is in there hours and I'm not. She needs to get her home care health aid, not me. So with that, and just the most unattractive thing is the man that's really, really insecure. And, for him to say, um, I I want, I think about you all the time, and that's good, but I don't want to talk to you 7 times a day. I'm at work right now. Why are you calling me at 10 o'clock back to back and you know I work a daytime job? Why are you calling me back to back to back? And when you're doing something involving your work, I don't call, I will text you. But it's like that goes back to you coming quick because there's a correlation. He wants things to happen when he wants them to happen instantly. So, damn, even with sex, you want it to be instant because it's about you. When you want to reach me, you want to reach me and you don't think, hey, he has a career, he has a job. Can I wait? Let me text him and he'll call me back when he's free. You want to reach me when you want to reach me. You want to bust a nut when you want to bust a damn nut. There you have it. And I'm like, no. I said, do you? And I didn't want to bring that up to him, but I did. I said, there's a correlation. Oh my God. Why do you keep? Okay. So there's a correlation because you are self absorbed, but you're infatuated also. And when he asked me, he would tell me he loved me and I wasn't saying it back. I was like, okay. But he asked me, do you love me? And I said, I've known him for years. I've known him since 2012, but I knew him through Facebook. And we became cool on Facebook and we exchanged numbers. I knew him since then. And he actually could have went to jail because I was underage at the time. But he we knew each other and he wanted to date me then. I was like, I'm not doing a long distance relationship. And I don't like clingy. I don't like clingy. Listen, I and he just so it didn't work. So we reconnected. He commented on the picture and I said thank you. And we went from there. And he asked me would I be his boyfriend. And I was like, yes. But I was like, damn. And I had to, it was like I had to backtrack because I was like, damn it, this guy, I'm doing it again. I'm moving at their pace. I'm not going to move at someone's pace. And I said, listen, let's just chill for a minute because you're in another state. I'm here. We can get to know each other, but I want you to understand I'm not having sex with you. We can get to know each other, but I don't want to have sex with you. I'm not asking you if you having sex with any other people. I'm getting to know you right now. And he said, well, I thought we were going to be exclusive. I said, no, you asked me if I would be your boyfriend, but I thought about it. And I think that's just moving too quick. You're in another state. Listen, I broke it down to him. You want to come and see me? We see each other every 2 months or you want to come. He had it his way. We'll be coming every month to see each other. And I said, no, I'm not going to be buying plane tickets to come to DC every month or every other month to come and see you. That's expensive. He said, well, I'll pay for it. I said, no, I don't want you paying for it either. We can see each other every 2.5, 3 months, but no more than that. And I want us to take it slow. I'm not having it any other way. Either you could deal with that or you can't. And he was cool with that, but I knew he started wanting sex because, he could, when he would come visit me, I would get in the baby. You would have thought that I was my grandmother because I would have like underwear on, some pajamas, a shirt, uh, damn near put like a chastity belt on. I mean, I'm listening. I don't, and I started not seeing him in a sexual way because he started irritating me, and that clingy shit is so unattractive and just not hearing what I'm saying, but you're talking so much that you're not engaging. You talk at people because your job is you're over people at your job. You're accustomed to people listening to you. You know, you're telling them what they need to do, but that doesn't translate over. That you can't carry that into a relationship with me. And I've dated guys that were doctors or had directors over departments. And sometimes I dated a guy that was a minister. Um, they're accustomed to people listening to them. And a lot of times it's hard for them to sit back and just listen to someone else. And I can tell y'all, I never, he came and saw me. He was a perfect gentleman. Um, and, you know, I, I'm just, it's so funny. And people, this is, I kid you not, this is honest to God truth. Oh, my mom, everything. I felt him laying against me, but I never saw his penis. I just never pulled it out. I didn't even want to cross that line. I just like, listen, we can chill. You can stay at the house or you can get a hotel, but I'm not having sex with you. And we're going to be friends before we be anything else. And I, um, and I wasn't having sex with anyone else at that time. But when I did have sex with somebody else, I think that's why the bed is squeaking now. We flipped out of the fucking bed on the floor and everything. Shit, I was riding down bumpy streets and shit just to get a feel because I was celibate at the time. We was somewhat celibate. But Johnny Mac, could you imagine if I would have slept with him? If I would have slept with him, that motherfucker would have had a flashlight in the daytime looking for me. But I held back. Um, but I just know that you know you do get lonely sometimes. You get lonely and you do want someone to share things with and just to grow with that person. But I can't deal with guys with daddy issues, mommy issues, uh, people that feel they have to be validated. I don't. I complete myself. I don't need a man to complete me, but you come along and that's a benefit to both of us. We both bring something to the table. We both, and I don't have to have someone that is just, I don't have to, I want someone to have goals. You could be, hell, you could have a job. You could be a janitor. You could be a security guard or something, but have some type of goals. What do you want out of life? I don't want someone that's just content with existing. Again, long walks on the beach, having breakfast in the morning sometimes, cooking each other breakfast, you know, someone that likes dogs and also into the hardcore bondage scene. But I don't want hell, I want someone that, we can sit down, we can look at movies, you can cry on my shoulder, I can lean on your shoulder. Also, you could handcuff me to the bed to get me a Mississippi raping. But I I don't want I don't want someone that is I want people, I want someone with a kind heart. I don't want someone that's looking down on others. I don't want you to be someone that thinks you're better than others. I don't want you to I watch guys when we go out to eat, I watch how they treat people that are in the service industry. If you're an asshole to the waiter or you just snappy and I don't, nope, I can't be with you because that's an indication of you being a piece of shit. I'm not Marcus, what? What I say? Okay, Johnny Mac, I wouldn't have never got rid of him, and he would have sniffed on this and this monkey. If he would have went down here on that monkey, on this monkey, now I don't have a monkey, I have a silverback gorilla. He went down there. Let me stop because that don't sound that appealing. This orangutan, but and I remember, even just sex with someone. I dated someone that wanted to have sex so much. Like, good God. Like, we would go to each other's house. Oh my God. I'm so bad. I just thought about it. I told someone that I would see him at 10 o'clock. Oh well, I'll see him tomorrow. But I'll call him. But I think that this guy I was with, we were dating and just oh my God. I'd be like, dude, we didn't have sex 5 times today. No more. I'm fucking drained. You've had sex when no juices come out of your body. And am I talking saying too much? It's just okay, listen. I am just my body is just drained. I don't want to do anything else. And it would be like if he had his way, we would probably have sex like 7, 8. No, you can't come over here. I can deal with you in little 2 weeks. I'll see you in 2 weeks. No more. Handcuffs. Yeah, who doesn't like a handcuff? Handcuff me. I handcuff you. Just light stuff. Not, well, hardcore bondage, but in doses. Um, but I think that just I didn't want it. And this guy, he was sexy, but he had no ambition. Sex is good, but we got to have more than that. And then you want to have too much sex. It gets boring after a while. If we have sex 4 times, you want it no less than 4 times a day? No. We still have jobs. Who has time to do that? And I was like, nope, I'm good. And he was like, he was pissed. But I think that coming up, then he had babies, he had baby mamas, he wasn't actively with women at that point, but you still have some cheering out there. And you need to take care of your kids and work on that relationship with them. Because I'm not gonna be with your ass and you got child support and you paying and it's coming from our house. No. But I think, you become more mature. Sex is secondary, it's not primary. Now, I still want to have a healthy wait, what Patricia Ellington? I want to have a healthy sex life, with that person, with my partner, but I don't know. This guy was so bad, y'all. He would I would be sleeping, be feeling my pants getting pulled down. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing? You, I'd be like this, and I would feel him touching on me. He'll like come behind me and hold me like this, and I'd be like, and I would be with my eyes open, but I would be like acting like I'm sleeping. I'd start snoring. This motherfucker, that wouldn't deter him at all. He would still be like biting and I was like, oh, I'm asleep. Come on, just a few minutes. I was like, oh shit. Okay. I was like, okay. You nut. Even if it wasn't like he would be wanting to just do anything to get off. And I'm like, okay, come on. Oh, okay, you nut. Okay, I can go to sleep again. But I see him now. And the funny thing is, like, he'll be with a boyfriend, and like, if I see him, I run into him like at a lounge or something. He'll be like, "Can I have a hug?" And I'll be like, "Are you gonna listen? I'm gonna give you a hug." I'd hug him, and he'd be like, "Oh shit, you making me get hard." Okay, well, okay, now back off. Get the hell away. Aren't you in here with your boyfriend? Yeah, but he ain't you. Okay, well, shit, you should pick different. You can't. None of them can compare. I am the one, the only one. There is no other. But should I be walking around here bow-legged? Shit, just drained, and you gonna have blue balls because you not know what you're saying. Yeah, just love your little fast tail. But I just I don't want to because I don't want it to be the determining factor why I'm with you. And it's just I don't want that. But this guy that I used to mess around with, he telling me he told me he was gay. It's so funny because some guys would be like, they're gay, but it's the weirdest shit to find out that a man you thought was gay still sleep with women. It does something to me. It's like it's different if I know that initially. Like I'll tell you, and I don't mind using Cap as an example. Cap, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but Cap is bisexual, and if I was to date someone that was like that, I would know what I'm getting. But if I meet you as a gay man and I find out you're bisexual, that to me, it fucks with me so much. It's just, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just this guy that I was with, we were together for about almost a year. And the funny thing is, I found out later that he used to beat his boyfriends up. But that shit never happened with me because I think he kind of had an idea this bitch may be crazy. If I hit him, it's gonna be a long night because I grew up fighting with older cousins and wrestling and boys in the neighborhood, wrestling with them. And I had a guy that was trying to bully me until I wore him out with a pipe. And so he never, and I was snappy. If he said something, I'd be like, who are you talking to? You need to get that bass out your fucking voice. I ain't your bald head mama. Never did he ever try to even come at me. So I think me being kind of snappy with him, that shit turned him on even more. And it was like, what y'all saying? It was like so we reconnected. He had moved to Dallas, Texas, and he called me and I was talking to him. He was kind of like his voice was like he was kind of talking in this hushed type of tone. I was like, "What are you doing? Are you sitting on the toilet? What are you doing? Why do you sound why your voice muffled?" Then I heard some woman, "Baby, what you want from the store, baby? I'm going to the store." I said, "Who is that?" He was like, that's this girl I'm talking to. And I said, "Like dating?" And he was like, "Oh yeah." I said, "Wait, hold up. Is she a white girl?" Because I could tell by the tone that she wasn't black. I thought she was like white or Hispanic. And he's like, "Is she white?" I said, "You gotta be kidding." I said, you're seeing a woman and you're sleeping with her." He's like, "Yeah. I'm bi." I said, "Since when were you bi?" But okay. But why are you reaching out to me? See, now this woman, you're bringing her into some shit she don't have no idea about. But that's what I was thinking. Then he told me, but she knows that I'm bi. I said, "Oh shit, was just a white girl. Long as they got some BBC in the bed, they don't give a damn if you gay or bi or try or." Mm-mm. So, but if I meet a guy and I know he's bisexual, that's something different. But I can't deal with a gay man that's all of a sudden discovering that you're bisexual. But I think he'd always been bisexual. He just didn't tell me that. But we picked out pumpkins for Halloween. We were together for holidays and just his family knows he's gay. But all of a sudden you spray, it's like, even if I'm not with you, it was weird that you're reaching out to me. And I hear this woman that caught you off guard. You thought she was going to the store, but she was still at the house. And I'm hearing her talking. But hey, VMW, hey. But it was like, Charles, I'm thinking out, let me pull this damn cover up. I'm just pulling the cover down, but I just and this guy, when I heard the stories, this one ex of his was telling me, I found out I knew the ex. Gay community is so only so big, especially a black gay community. But and I find out that you used to beat this guy's ass. And he told me how you came after him and he was running around the car and you were chasing him. And I was like, fuck that. I would have been running right. It wouldn't have been no running around. I would have ran, jumped on top of I would have crawled over the car to get to your ass. If you thought you was gonna beat on someone, we don't put hands on each other. No. Keep your hands to yourself. Mm-mm. An old wise person told me, you date a man that's closer to your size, they're easier to control. But even a little small man to be trying to fight your ass because some of them have Napoleon complex. And yes, Cap, I know I'm short, damn it. It is a form of betrayal, Johnny Mac, because it was like, you never told me this. You actually, and you had slept with girls before. Okay, I get it. A lot of gay men have. I was a lesbian at one point, but as an adult, I knew I was gay. I was doing, as a teenager, I'm doing what people around me, what my peers were doing. You know what I'm saying? I was fast, like Just Lovely. Um, but oh damn, almost ran y'all over with his car. Listen, I remember being shot at, and I told this story. This whole half a ton of Queen came home. I'm in there with his boyfriend, and I'm like, I heard a car door. He was like, no, you didn't hear a car door. I know what I heard. I heard a damn car door. And this was a questionable neighborhood, so I heard the damn burglar bars being unlocked. Oh goddamn! Somebody coming in here, baby. This half-ton mountain of a queen came in there. That bitch saw red. And I said, this bitch, I was looking for some available weaponry, baby. I was like, I'm gonna have to break a table leg off or hit this bitch upside the back with a chair. That bitch, I took up off. He said, man, go on. Okay, man, let me holler at you because, man, this some bullshit. I got the hell up out of there. Why did I hear this bitch had a little 22 and I heard the little pistol shooting? This bitch was shooting this pistol. I don't know if the bitch was shooting it in the air or shooting it at me, but I got ghost. I got the hell up out of there, hit that back alley and was gone. And I was done with his ass. You almost had me killed. What the hell? Murdered. You had, I'm gonna say what Teresa say. I got murdered, almost murdered, curdled. I almost was swimming with the fishes, bitch. Oh no, you ain't gonna get me behind. No. If y'all would have saw this half a ton of bitch, this bitch was a half a ton of queen. The bitch, he was living there, and I think this guy may have been taking care of him. But when that queen came in, that queen had his hair. You remember how Salt and Pepper used to have? They had a little freeze curl. This bitch had a waterfall. The hair was standing up like a damn chicken, and it was crinkled, curled, and it had like he had pin curls and shit. It was a lot going on top of that head. And I was like, this bitch was taking care of him because he didn't even seem like he was attracted to that particular type. But you could be surprised. That bitch came in there with his scrubs on. That bitch was big. That bitch would have charged me like a goddamn rhinoceros. Or turned his ass around and ran me into the wall with that bitch. But I got up out of there. Mm-mm, I can't do this. But I knew that dealing with gay men came with its own unique set of problems at times. But so the guy, he back to the guy that was dating the girl, and I was like, no, we cannot do anything because it'd be different if I didn't know about. I wasn't with you before, but you and I were in a relationship. Now you're trying to sneak with me with a girl that you're in a relationship with. You want to sneak with me, someone you used to be in a relationship, behind someone you're currently with back. No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not going to be relegated to being a side piece for you. Not in that situation. Now, I have been a side piece and they were my side pieces. We were a two piece together. And, but I just knew that, I wasn't going to do that. But now in this current state, right now, in present day, um, one guy reached out to me, and me and this guy have talked for a while. We've gone out. We go to the same karaoke bar, and he's a nice guy, but again, I just see him as a friend, and he's not a bad looking guy. He's very robust. He's old country, thick, big old country, thick, cornbread fed dude. I think he's attractive, but um, I just don't see myself being with him because I prefer older men. You know, and I look at like not say older, someone that's like Rico and Castro's age, close to my age, but just slightly little older. But I think that I'm going out this weekend, and this is my weekend to be off. I'm off Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but I'm going in for Monday. Listen, that overtime be looking good, and I'm going in because my job is we're gonna be out from the 23rd until January the 3rd. So my department is shutting down. We're not having any surgeries. The doctors that we have are going to be going overseas to their families, and some of them going, they'll be gone for a month. So we're not scheduling any surgeries. So they're encouraging us. And I'm like, well, damn, I done been on trips. I've taken days here and there. I don't have 200 PTO hours. So I, okay. I don't, what you mean the hell? And Marcus, what is these looks for? Casher, what you laughing about? But I I definitely I'm gonna be off for a while. We're having a big New Year's Eve party. My friend is renting an Airbnb, and it's gonna be in Galveston, Texas. It's gonna be really nice. We've been there before. I did a video when we were there, and I was riding a bike on the beach. So it's a beach house. They have bikes. They have a whole basement area with karaoke. It's a game room, and we're gonna be there for like 3 days. Hey, just Andrea. Um, but I definitely, I'm looking forward to that. Um, and I wanted to have someone I could take there, but I'm gonna be with my friends, and my friends, they're my family. But it's gonna be too many people to even bring someone because the Airbnbs. It's not like there's 9 or 10 bedrooms. There's gonna be my group of friends, and then there's a mute. Then we have another group of friends that we're connected to, but they have like their group, and then it's our group, and we're all gonna be in this house, and it's gonna be straight and gay people, mostly gay. Probably it's gonna be like 90% gay and 10% straight. But uh it was a lot, just the partying and then sharing a room. Hell, I look up, it's 3 of us in the bed. I know Red Scorpion be in the bushes. It was me, Red Scorpion, and my friend DJ. We were all in the room, and then in this room it had a king size bed, our own bathroom. Then there was a set of bunk beds in the room. So there was 5 of us in one room. But the other one came later at night and he snored like a goddamn wildebeest. I was like, all you could hear was shit. I thought Olivia the Oracle was in the damn room, and he was like hawking and shit. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, are you freaking serious? And I was like, but the good thing is, the house was nice, and the person that came last, it was 4 of us, and he came last. He said, "Can I sleep in here with y'all?" So we let him come in our room, and uh, it was cool, but it was just too many of us. And in the bed, I'm sleeping wild, and then I usually I had clothes on, but from the bed by myself, I don't like to be wearing clothes. And I was a little hot. Now, I got a t-shirt on for the sake of this video, but I got a t-shirt on, but now I got bottoms on too. I'm kidding. I got bottoms on for right now because I have a house guest. But um, I I definitely hey Lynn T, I definitely I'm looking forward to it because I may have been going out of town. I was supposed to go to Dallas, Texas. Uh, excuse me, I have a cousin there. And he's gay also. And I definitely. What you mean? There you go, Lynn. What you mean, Johnny Mac? Hey there, hey there. There you go, Lynn. Like you gonna tell something, Johnny Mac. Like you telling Leah T, okay, there you go to come in here and get them in check. There you go to keep them in line. I read through those. I read through that text message, Johnny Mac. But the text. Um, but I know definitely this weekend. I've been getting my closet together. It's so much stuff I have to put in boxes. I'm just gonna put it in a damn trash bag and take it up there. I'm not. I put those shoes out. I just have so much that I buy so much, and I need to. I acquired this property with my brother, so there's some stuff we need to do to this property. And I told y'all last year, was it last year? We acquired some property, and we're looking to put a weekend house there. Not a tiny home, but something that, 2 bedrooms, two baths or like a bath and a half. Um, and there's a place for fishing and stuff. So we're gonna do something to that. I need to go to my family cemetery and visit the grave sites and put some flowers out. My family goes there sometimes to clean up the cemetery because my great 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 grandparents donated the property to their church, uh, which was the family church. So I could go to the cemetery and see ancestors that were the children of slaves, or it's really something to go there. Um, but I know I didn't do anything, Lynn T. I was being angelic and sweet as usual. But so I need to get off this phone. 'Cause I need to make a phone call and tell somebody why I didn't show up at 10 o'clock. Because I slept when I got here. And yes, I sleep. I get my damn sleep. Captivating. Y'all talk about how much Rebel be sleeping. Yes, I be sleeping. And y'all hear my bed. Look at this. This damn bed is squeaking. And it's a pretty bed to look at, but I put it together myself. Um, I put the bed together myself, but I definitely need to return some a call and finish getting my closet together because I'm going tomorrow and take this stuff. I'm gonna find a place to donate it. That was a good idea because I take it to Salvation Army, they'll sell my clothes, and I don't want them to sell it. If I'm not selling them myself, why would you sell them to someone and make a profit? But I appreciate you guys and gals coming through. I appreciate the support. I'll be on tomorrow, most likely, possibly, or if not, Sunday. Um, my nickname Sleepy. I do get you. Listen, my friends used to ask me, "Do I sleepwalk?" Now I've sleep screwed, but never sleepwalked. hmm I I think that thank you for send me hit my email up. You need to, and I want to do a live with Miss Cruiser. Miss Cruiser, if you're in my bush, if you hiding in my bush, well, right now it's mostly shaved, but I want to do a live, and I told her that before, um, because she came from a church background and then she discovered religion for herself and she became spiritual and she's not into organized religion. And I wanted to have that conversation with Miss Cruiser in regards to that because I myself experienced, family members that were pastors and uh, I used to go to vacation Bible school in the summertime. And of course, they mistook my actions as being managed because I would look under the girls' dresses, but I was invited to look under their dresses. And I used to hunch at Sunday school. Um, that got me many a ass whooping. But I grew out of that for the most part. Um, okay. But June G, wait, what are you saying? Uh, oh, okay. Okay, Johnny Mac. But you know what? that day, damn it, Lynn T. But I did, I definitely, want to have that conversation with Miss Cruiser because she hit on some key points, about how in the black families when it comes to the church families, a lot of times a lot of stuff is pushed under the, swept under the rug, and that breeds children that are taken advantage of. That what goes on in this house stays in the house. That goes right with that. So there are a lot of people that were abused and they didn't say anything for fear of their families. It bred it was breeding a lot of generational problems that kept on, for each generation carrying that shit on with them. um are you, Junji, you a preacher's child? My father went to school for theology, but he wasn't fire and brimstone. He wasn't that type of he didn't preach like that. And he never had his own church, but he was a guest speaker at some churches. But at an early age, I came into my own knowing who I was with church. Uh, and I didn't want a part of it. I didn't want any part of church because I saw the facade a lot of times. Is that's not all people. Like, I'm not saying everyone, but I saw the face that was put forth to the public. But I saw behind the scenes also, the real hell. You can see it on YouTube. People preaching and everything is about money and everything is about showing people what they want to see, but not who you really are. And when I dated a pastor before, and this guy was a fucking he was mental. Thank you for coming through, Johnny Mac. But I definitely he struggled with who he was, and I wasn't ready to be on that train with him. I know. UG, okay. But again, let me get off of here, y'all, because I do need to return the call. And I'm gonna finish getting my closet unpacked and throwing things away and just excess things and making room for new things. Um, but you guys have a great night, and I will see you on another day. I'm out of here. Peace.